Actually, do you want to talk about Jurassic Park, Katie? Because before we started recording, you were
Good
desperate to talk about it.
Boozing,
point.
boozing.
I've not seen that.
I am very desperate to talk about it, and I'll try and talk about it in the least spoiler way I can. I was going to say that at our drinks that we had, was it a couple of weeks ago? Like everybody was talking about Jurassic World Rebirth, and at the time I hadn't seen it yet, and I was adamant. Doesn't matter about mixed opinions of what people liking it and people not liking it. I was adamant I was going to see it because I'm a massive Jurassic dinosaur. I just love Jurassic films and I love dinosaurs. So I was like, win-win. I've got to go see it. And I have to say, cut to the chase, I was very disappointed. I was to the point where I was horrendously disappointed because, okay, I don't know how to talk about this now without like including spoilers, because I still want people to go and see it if they do love the Jurassic Park or Jurassic World films. I don't want people to not go see it just because I've just said these are all the reasons why it's crap. But
Why is it not
Too
that
many
good then?
dinosaurs. Too many dinosaurs.
Too many were there.
Too many. There should have been maximum five.
there was five.
There was there. Fuck, there was more than that. There was six. No, there. I don't know. Okay, no. What was your reason? Why didn't you like? You hate female leads. That's what it is.
Yeah, of all the people on this podcast, I hate female leads. Um, so right,
Where were the locusts? I missed the locusts from Dominion.
I don't miss the locusts. I mean,
That's a
if
joke.
anyone,
I hate the locusts.
if you want to know what happened to the locusts in Dominion, go watch the movie because I don't want to spoil it. But okay, so the reason why I'm not a big fan of Rebirth um, is because it's two films crammed into one, and they could have literally just got rid of one story, stuck with the main storyline, and we could have had a complete film, and it would have been almost satisfying. But I think it could have done really well because I'm just going to go on what the baseline of the story is. So we begin with the filmmakers negating everything that's happened for the last so-called 32 years, and dinosaurs no longer thrive and survive out in the world, apart from a very small patch near the equator, where
Is
apparently the climate fits their purpose.
is it set in the world that happened on the last films? Like, is it continued or is it
Yeah.
just okay? So
Yes,
it's just complete follow up.
yes, but they were kind of like pegged into a corner because you know, like once you bring dinosaurs out into the world, where the hell do you go from there? So they had to kill all the dinosaurs off or have them dying off to then as the title suggests, they need a rebirth of the storyline, a rebirth of the franchise.
They could go to
Um,
space. They could go to space. That's the next point.
I mean, why would you want dinosaurs in
Jurassic
space?
Jurassic Moon. Jurassic
Why?
Moon.
This this is the dream.
Space found a way.
It's not that Nazi story where you can just have Nazis coming out from space and have no
Moon
explanation for
Nazi.
it. I think dinosaurs in space, you'd have to have a lot more reason. Plus, there's
Yeah,
fun.
God, David, Nazis in space, very, very believable. Dinosaurs in space, you're talking about your ass, man.
Yes.
They've got little arms. How are they going to work the controls of a spaceship?
Get
You
closer.
use your brain. Big heads, little helmets. Come on, man. Dickhead.
Sci-fi means anything is possible.
I suppose, but like you could have dinosaurs on Mars. That's probably the next thing. But I really hope it doesn't get there because it
I would
feels
watch
like they're
that film.
trying to steer the film back into what the film was all about, and it was about people messing around in a laboratory, creating things they shouldn't, and then watching the fallout and going, "Oh, what have we done?"
Oh
um,
no, we made a giant lizard with massive claws that eats people, and now it's using its massive claws to eat people. Who knew?
who knew? Who knew? I mean, no
You
one
know,
ever
you could
thought
have
like,
made
should
a
we?
moss meat eating dino.
Exactly. I was just
Earth,
going to
man.
say, why didn't they just concentrate on the meat on the plant eaters? It's just like you want to push it. It's kind of like commenting on the pushing of genetics. Like, how far will you go before you go? Before you sit back and think, do we should we do this? Well, actually, that's a line from the film, is it? You didn't even stop to think why you should be doing it.
You can't. You got to have the meatless animals in the zoo, but they're not the main attraction. Ain't no one going to a zoo to look at a zebra. They're going to look at a lion, and that's Jurassic
I mean,
Park.
I don't
No
like
one wants
zoos,
to look at.
but
No one
I
wants
go
to
for
look
the
at
elephants, the llamas, and yes, I want to see a zebra.
Paint a horse, man. Cheaper.
You know what they need to do? Because this is what everyone's crying out for. I guarantee it. Remake the original. Everyone loves a
No.
remake.
You cannot this. I was going to say, this is probably one of the very few. Well, you shouldn't remake a lot of films, but this is one of the films that you can't really remake it. Hence why they did Jurassic World. That was their version of remaking it. But this is in a world where the park did open. We did create more dinosaurs. We did bring visitors to it. Like the dream was realized. So they can't really remake the first
I
one.
do get what you're saying, and I agree. I think there were too many characters, and they were clearly very reticent to kill a lot of characters. So there was just, but not to give it away or anything, but the number of survivors by the end of the film was a lot more than should have been. There were at least two. There were at least two, and I think anyone who's seen the film can guess the two that should not have made it to the final reel.
I was going to say there's 4 characters that shouldn't have made it to the final.
The two I was thinking was and
Always lip reading.
He's mouthing.
Not Melvin. I'm lip reading.
He's mouthing who he believes should have been killed off. That's not helpful for the listeners at home. Yes, I was going to say, this is why I wanted to have a conversation about it, because I know Paul enjoyed it more. But I was going to say, to get to my point of why I didn't enjoy it, is because the fact that there's 2 films together, and I was going to say the 4 people who I think should have been killed off.
If it's the 4, I think you're a sadist. I knew it was the 4. I thought you're a sadist.
I've not seen the last film. I've not seen the newest one, and I'm not too bothered about seeing it. But Paul, why should I see it?
For me, I thought, not to filibuster or anything. If you're a fan of Gareth Edwards, I think you'll enjoy it, because I do think I think Gareth Edwards is very good at like sci-fi scale. If anyone saw like Godzilla or the
Monsters.
Creator, I thought Monsters. I thought the Creator was great. Rogue One also very good. I don't know what. I'm very critical when it comes to the Jurassic films, because I love them so much. I mean, I think everybody does to a degree. And I hated the worlds. I hated all the worlds. I don't even really like the first Jurassic World, outside of a couple of moments. So I was so disappointed by them that this film surprised me by how not awful it was. And actually, I think once you get past the first action sequence, I think it's quite. I really enjoyed it. I don't know. I think maybe the bar was so low that they cleared it just by making a competent film that was about dinosaurs instead of locusts. They cleared that bar very easily, and they didn't blow the island up, which fucking Fallen Kingdom did. And it was like, don't blow up the island.
This is the thing. This is why, I feel like there was a need for them to sort of reset, because they'd made mistakes with the last 2. But just to be clear,
absolutely.
Fallen Kingdom and Dominion, massive flaws.
Awful.
I would still 100%. I watch those. I would happily rewatch those many times over, because I'm happy with what they are. They conclude that part of the story. Rebirth, I'm obviously, because I love the franchise so much, I'm open to what could be done. And I found the characters to be uncharismatic. And I found that the other characters that were brought in later, as like the second movie I keep referring to, as a complete waste of time. And I feel like they were trying to cram too many ideas into one film. And if they just concentrated on the main characters, the ones that were originally going to the island to collect their samples, because a pharmaceutical company needs samples to create a potentially life-saving drug. Who knows if it's going to work, guys? It's dinosaur blood. But they should have concentrated on that, because that was the interesting part, because this is why I'm saying it takes us back to Jurassic Park, because the whole reason they're on this island is because this is yet another island that InGen, or like all the original creators, had to, genetically modify dinosaurs, create new dinosaurs, the dinosaur creation lab of horrors, basically. And of course, due to some kind of very hilarious error, I'm saying hilarious because of how small an error it is that literally brings down the entire island.
That is awful.
What, the tiny thing that happens?
Yeah, the Final Destination thing. It's awful. It's so bad. It's so bad. It got my back up, and I was like, "Oh, we are in trouble." If this is how you're opening the film,
yes,
we are in big trouble.
And
then they were doing loads of references, which was a problem. Like they did the objects in mirror closer than they appeared. They did when dinosaurs ruled the earth, and I was like, "This is the same thing that the other worlds did." Was, hey, you remember Jeff Goldblum? You love Jeff Goldblum. Here he is. Look at him. There he is. And oh, you love raptors. Here's a raptor in a kitchen. And everyone loves BD Wong. BD Wong's in one. Anyway, luckily, the film then stops doing that. So there's not a load of like overt references later on. And I enjoyed the action.
I mean, there is a lot of overt homages towards the end.
I know. But I felt like they got better than just going, "Do you like Jurassic Park?" Because I like Jurassic Park. Like, at no point, this isn't a spoiler, but at no point do we get, like a CGI de-aged Richard Attenborough going, "Spare nice spades," which I felt like if Colin Trevorrow did a fourth one, we definitely would have got a de-aged Richard Attenborough going, doing a Obi-Wan Kenobi message going, "I always wanted there to be another park."
Oh,
so luckily there was none of that shite, and it was at least tried to do something a bit different. But also, I have to admit, I love dinosaurs. I don't need these hybrid bullshit. Stop making these hybrid things. Just give me actual proper old school Coke classic dinosaurs. Don't give me the Rancor from Return of the Jedi. Don't be giving me no Rancor. If I wanted a Rancor, I'd watch Star Wars.
Yes, the design of the so-called D-Rex was also horrendously disappointing.
D-Rex.
Well, it's called a D-Rex. This is what's in the mysterious lab in the opening sequence. You don't
Tyrannosaurus Rex.
And they withhold it near to the end in a bit that kind of just feels overdone, and I'm bored at this point. And then it comes out and you're like, this is one of the worst things I've ever seen on screen. What is this abomination before me? This is meant to be a dino? But as Paul said, it looks like the Rancor and Cloverfield got together and did something terrible.
A little bit of Alien Queen, a little bit of Predator, a little bit of J.J. Abrams, a little bit of all of this mixed in. And it's like, yeah, but fundamentally, do you know what it doesn't look like? A dinosaur.
Yeah. I was going to say, I would go as far as to say that the film is basically the D-Rex. It's a mishmash of different things that worked on their own, but you put them all together and you've got a big mess.
I liked it a bit more than that, but I get your points, and they're not entirely invalid. They are fair points. I think I was just able to see past them and to be like, I ain't giving a fuck.
That's what I did with Fallen Kingdom and Dominion, just to say, like, I will overlook a lot. And I will be like, I'll enjoy it for what this is.
Why
Ridiculous.
is this entire film set in a house?
It's great. It's like, it's a dinosaur horror movie that we all wanted.
You made the Indoraptor out of the Indominus Rex, but you need raptor blood. Wasn't the Indominus Rex wasn't the most important scene in the first Jurassic World when Chris Pratt goes, "That thing's part raptor"?
Yes.
So why do you need a raptor to make a raptor thing of a thing that was already part raptor? That doesn't make any
story reasons.
It doesn't make any sense. I hate that. And also, Fallen Kingdom has some of the worst moments, and one of them, and I have to mention this every time, when the paleo veterinarian, the dinosaur vet, goes to the island of dinosaurs, looks at a dinosaur and says, "I never thought I'd see one. You are a dinosaur vet. What do you fucking mean? You never thought you'd see one. How did you become a paleo vet without actually seeing a dinosaur? That would be like if I took a dog to an actual vet and he went, I never thought I'd see a dog. You're a fucking vet.
Yeah, that character made no sense. There's probably a reason why she never appeared in the series again.
Imagine going for open heart surgery and just as the oxygen, the gas and air sends you under, the doctor goes, I never thought I'd see a heart. You'd be like, oh, I'm fucked. I'm dead. I'm a dead guy. Anyway, I think this is better written than Fallen Kingdom and Dominion, which I think are dino doo-doo. In the words of Jeff Goldblum, that is one big pile of shit.
Between the both of you, though, I've not seen it, so I'm using your discussion about it as can I be bothered to leave the house? And it's
Can you?
not really. I think at the moment we're finalizing the next magazine, and I'm quite often sitting here on a laptop, something in the background. I feel like I can easily get away with half watching it, and
Yeah.
to get away, because even you, Paul, you said you like it, but it sounds like you was more annoyed by it than you enjoyed it that much.
There's a lot that we can't talk about that would probably we'd be able to go into a deeper discussion about it. Yeah.
A lot of the stuff I like is spoilers.
And a lot of the reasons why I don't like it are spoilers.
Yeah. And we don't want to give no spoilers. We don't give no spoilers.
So we're just going to redact this entire conversation.
Redacted.
Let's wait for some music to come in. I